offline, and then you've got load a franchise, in which case I would assume that you've started a franchise and now you want to go back to it, right? Searching franchises has got to be online, right?
Right, you could join up with
I'm
the
not gonna
people that
join
open them
one,
up, but yeah.
Let's see what our search looks like. Search for the commissioner, the league name, public or private. You know, you got lots of filters, same filters as before, it seems. Yeah, if you want to find one, I guess that's running actively, see when it was last advanced, available teams, max numbers, lots of options for searching. Once you search, same old, whatever. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So that's that. Search for your online leagues if you're inclined to do so. You got your invites here, which is something we're very familiar with. We send lots of invites because of the bootleg way that we run our fantasy draft seasons, where we have to play against each other all the time. So we have secondary accounts.
Zero computer matches. You're always going to play a human opponent.
You got to enter this dude at some point. Or boy calling. But in the meantime,
so
offline.
I'm going to do a quick disappearing act, and Wesley will just guide us.
Abracad. Nice. Next time I'll get my Samantha, whatever her name is, from Bewitched.
All right. You didn't wiggle your nose.
I didn't. Can't do it. Alright, so we're going to use the active roster, which is recommended, as opposed to preseason roster. Load 75-man roster set at the beginning of the preseason. I import most recent roster. Okay, whatever. We'll use the most recent one. Yeah, we are. Did we fool you? Did you think we were in separate places? Holding it down in beautiful Alabama. We are currently importing 2,826 players. Did you say you're in Canada right now? Where's everybody from? What's up, O1 Nation?
Select the team you want to join. Don't worry, you'll be able to choose the role you plan in just a second.
Well, sometimes we're in different places, sometimes we're in the same room. So we're just gonna have to keep you on your toes. We're very close to Atlanta, so I'm interested in... You're in Wisconsin, right on. We're in Alabama, but we... I'll pick them. We're in Alabama, but we live very close to Georgia. So the majority of the NFL fans in our area... Green Bay is a 99 overall offense and an 83 defense. That's major. And Eddie Lacy is a 96 now, bro. Roll Tide. Are you kidding me? Really?
Start your season with recommended settings. If you wish to change roles or adjust options.
Choose between fantasy draft, preseason, and regular season. Alright, and this is where you swap between being the player, a coach, or an owner. You can press Y to choose a custom coach, which I guess would just let you create a coach at this point. Yeah, so that's that section where you create the coach, but whatever. Mike McCarthy's done a decent job.
To your first game, notice the goals. Progress towards these goals will show up on the bottom ticker and near your
Alabama, close to Georgia. We're right here in the Opelika, Auburn area. Auburn is in Auburn University. We both worked in Auburn when we were younger and hung out there a ton in school and post school. Alright, the game starts out by simulating the preseason. I know, I'm a big Alabama fan also. And that trio of running backs, talking about Eddie Lacy being a 96 now, that trio of running backs coming out of college, we would have thought that Eddie Lacy would have been the lowest of the three. I'm talking about Ingram, Trent, and Eddie Lacy. But Lacy's a 96, and those guys kind of hover in the low 80s, if not high, if not mid to high 70s. And he's a 96. That's big love. That's big love. Team success has a lot to do with that. I have a feeling that the Saints are going to have a pretty solid year, and you'll see Mark Ingram's numbers go up some. But Trent has got to get it together. I'm hoping for big things out there in Oakland. All right, so we start the game off with, I guess this is regular season now, so we've already got trade offers out there. Let's see what we're being offered from, off the bat. Interesting. So all of these people are making offers for Micah Hyde. Just scrolling through the same ones. No, these are multiple offers. So the team must have had him on the block or something along those lines. A lot of third-round picks for him. Everybody seems to be offering third-round picks. All right. And we've got Ellis, 66 defensive tackle. Really? I don't think so. Is that just to free up cap space, maybe? I don't know. Seems like a bad offer. All right. We got some players on the trade block. This is a look at the team screen. Aaron Rodgers is feeling good. He's a 99 now. Eddie Lacy got a boost to 98. So the offense must have done some really big things in those preseason games, because everybody's feeling good. No, I'm not backing out. I'm going to go over one more. This is the manage the league deal. And this is cool. You just invite users from this screen. Very cool. Change your settings. And you got league options over here last. I take NFL regular season. Okay. What's up, Swims?
You have dessert date.
Oh, really?
You got a lava crunch cake, yo.
A lava crunch cake, yo.
Yeah, he's Christopher. You get to be Jonathan. Robert's in the fridge.
Cool. Cool. All right. Speaking of names, the name that we have picked out for the baby. Got a baby on the way. Little baby girl coming.
I knew it was gonna be a girl.
Did you?
Yes, I knew.
Congratulations to Team Girl. I'm happy also. You can, nice healthy baby. Everything looks to be in order. But Elena Diane.
Aww.
Her mother's middle name was Ellen. My mother's middle name is Diane. She's adding the A to the end of Ellen to make Elena Diane. That's what it is. All right, I'm going to run one game with the Packers. Is Madden 16 more fun than Madden 15? TBD, bro. We're going to go with to be determined. Thank you, by the way. Thank you very much. Yeah, we're going to go with to be determined because this is... I'm starting the fourth game of Madden 16, and I played maybe 200 games of Madden 15. Maybe a little over, maybe a little under, who knows, but probably somewhere in that 200 game window. And I enjoyed a lot of it. I enjoyed a ton of it. This seems like the same game, only slightly changed. It looks a little bit better. Updated rosters, obviously. They've done a lot to make the off-the-field interactions more streamlined and fun. Maybe not fun, but fluid. So it seems like an easier game to manipulate and to maneuver around on. So in that regard, yeah, I'm going better. Not necessarily more fun, but definitely better. And the game is the game. I'm a very aggressive player, so there's some things that are directly connected to my style of gameplay, but I have to learn about this game, and I'm looking forward to doing that. So it seems like there's going to be a challenge that has a reward if things are done properly at the end. And all of that is the ball in the air. I felt very ripped off in Madden 15 in that the AI in the air didn't make any sense, and like trying to user catch interceptions. And this was mostly on defense. A lot of the user catching and playing at the ball just wasn't rewarding to me. It got to the point where near the end of the year, I wouldn't even switch to defensive backs, who were in coverage, because they could do it better than me, and all I'm doing is going to a spot and pressing Y. So now we're going to a spot and pressing X, Y, or B. Mason Crosby is my favorite kicker in the league. It may sound random, but he is. I've been a fan of his since college. Whenever we do fantasy drafts, and a lot of what we do is fantasy drafts, a lot of what I do is fantasy drafts, and Daniel has been nice enough to come along on that fantasy trip with me and enjoyed it. So, yeah, Mason Crosby is somebody I always look to get since early on. I say that knowing full well that I didn't get him once in either of the fantasy draft leagues we played, but whatever, I'm still a fan of his. Keep dominating under 20 total yards. Okay, so apparently with what's been going on in the preseason, is that defense or offense, do you think?
Yes.
Alright, so
I'm back, and so is Jennifer and Penny.
What's up, girl? That's awesome. You're in the game. It's in the game. It's in the game. Alright, so I'm going to mess with this camera first. Yeah, same controls for changing the camera. You've got... Really? This is still in the game, apparently, where random encroachments when players are lining up.
In the also, is this
Yeah. Fox is with the Bears now. A lot of there were a couple of moves recently. Oh wow! So this camera is a new one.
Is this was this a single player, just a play now, or is this a?
No, it's the franchise.
Okay.
Okay, so
is this week one? Did you sim the preseason? Because this is the week one. Yeah.
Yeah, week one.
How you like this at the bottom? That's pretty neat.
It is really cool, isn't it? Okay, and it shows his season goal and how close he is to it. That was something that I kind of kept track of with Sherman and Revis in our fantasy league. So that's cool. That's cool. I hope that translates over into online franchise games. When you're playing against people, hopefully it's the same way. So this camera angle, I kind of used a little bit at the end of the last Madden game. Like a lot of that last week of us playing 15 was me discovering the different camera positions.
I knew the defense was going to be very careful, so I was already thinking,
I
don't like it down the field, I'm going to throw it short and do it quickly.
I do prefer the just the locked-in camera that you get in two-player mode, and the fact that
this one
I use up and down on the D-pad to do a lot of my pre-play adjustments, and sometimes I'll make the mistake. Oh wow!
Okay, I pressed the wrong button. They wanted me to press A, but I pressed Y instinctively.
Right.
And I'm wondering what A would have done.
And Roddy White goes up on you.
Okay, how do you change the camera? It's the D-pad, and I've got to assume that on the PlayStation it's the same thing.
It's the same thing.
Yeah, I've got to assume. And it's just up and down on the D-pad. Left and right, I'll check it out, see if anything changes, but I don't think anything will change. That was a disappointment, bro. Like, to have a defender there and to call possession, defensive hot route. This play set up by the long gainer. Will go ground. What's up, guys? The Pats are looking horrible. Are they really? That sucks. What's up, guys? Pats are looking horrible.
That's okay.
That
That's okay.
sucks.
Yeah, I mean, I'll watch the game after the fact, but I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
I'm not.
It's the preseason.
Some things you can take away from the preseason, and some things you can't.
Something that the game seems to believe about both of our teams, speaking Eagles and Patriots, oh wow, is that both teams lack depth. That seems to be
right
apparent from
and looking at the depth chart. It is true, yeah.
And if Brady is if Brady is out right now, and then so you got like the backup quarterback who I guess is playing the whole game, or do you put the third string quarterback in and give him a little love? Like, is there a battle for that second place spot right now?
Yeah, I mean, I guess you treat Garoppolo like your starter,
right?
And
what
Robbie
happened?
Gold, what happened to you, buddy?
I was kind of pressing. So sad.
Don't worry, Ken. Preseason, it's just the Patriots don't even try to win those games. I think Belichick is, Belichick is so different. He's probably just running gimmicks, seeing what can work.
I suppose I've got to get used to the speed of the game. You feel like a cut and plan is going to happen, and it just doesn't. I love that overlay. Like,
Yeah,
this
I do
aspect
too.
of the game is really cool.
Everything about this, the thing coming off the guys.
Mm-hmm.
I really liked that bar coming up at the bottom of the screen for this single player mode.
All right, they're saying to show Jordy some love. So, me pressing up and down on that D-pad again. Got Jordy running here. They're even giving us little.
And you got open, and it dropped.
Aww. Or emotionally distraught Ken. So 2K Ken, what console do you play on? I've played 2 games against the computer of Madden in a really long time.
Computers is, I mean, if you're not gaming the computer, like, just running glitches on the computer, there's no pushover on the harder difficulties.
Did you hear what we were saying about Eddie Lacy?
No, what was
What
that?
Eddie Lacy's ranking is?
No.
I'll let you guess.
His overall?
Overall, what do you think his overall is?
82.
82?
Yep.
Okay.
What is it?
Not that.
Higher?
Higher.
88?
No.
90?
No.
92.
No.
94.
No.
Do I need to keep going?
What do you think?
I think 82. 96.
96, bro.
So he's.
Eddie Lacy is a 96.
I guess I should have used him more last game.
Yeah, I guess
Mr.
so.
Spin Move. How does the game think that about him? What has he done to? And I'm not down on him. You know what I'm saying? I like him.
Yeah. Fair enough. We appreciate that love, Ken. Absolutely. Absolutely. You go ahead and drop us the name of your stream, and I'll check you out as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. We get some group love going.
Yep. All about cross promotion.
Yeah, so Eddie Lacy is a 96 overall, and that makes that whole conversation that we had about him versus Trent Richardson versus Mark Ingram even more.
He wins.
Yeah, he wins. He wins, and it's not even close.
Yeah, he was.
Okay, so
That's like an RPG. Little XP points pop out over their heads.
that totally happened.
I don't know how I feel about that. I don't dislike it. Aaron Rodgers runs so weird, but that was so effective. So when I throw interceptions with Brady left and right, am I going to see negatives coming out of his head, do you think?
You think so? Like, like negative hit points?
So not only is he getting emotionally distraught, but so am I. Not that I wasn't already.
Give me those points back.
But I like the ESPN pop-up ticker at the bottom.
I tried to fool him and like,
right?
Yeah. Whatever, that was on me. Fair enough. I guess I got to show Eddie Lacy some love. You don't ignore the 96 running back on your team, right?
Right.
Roll Tide. That's so sick, man. I'm glad somebody had some success. I'm interested in seeing what my boy TJ Yeldon does also.
It's Tebow time against the Ravens. That's what I've just been made aware of.
Oh yeah, Tebow's in there?
It's Tebow time for Tebow time.
I'm an Eagles fan, and I don't know if this is going to come as a surprise to people, but we're both stoked for Tebow to be back in the league, and I'm glad to have him on the team.
Just because I feel like he deserves to be in the league.
I agree. Hey,
I'm not Tebow fan number one. I'm not, I just think that he is better
than being unemployed.
Better than the 64th quarterback that played last year.
Fair enough.
If every team has minimum 2 quarterbacks, there's 32 teams, there's 64 quarterbacks.
There's not 64 better
quarterbacks than Tim Tebow. I'll argue that point with anyone.
You got some names in mind? He's not better than you. He is better than you. He's better than you, and he's better than you.
He's not that much worse than a couple of the starters last year. I mean, you got guys like at Jacksonville, Blaine Gabbert, Chad Henne. Yep. Is he really? You don't think Tebow could accomplish the same thing those guys did? And Henne's a Michigan guy. I'm not, he's just, some guys don't work out.
As soon as the ball was thrown, hold the A button to make a possession catch. Fair enough. Such a bad throw, bro. Ouch.
Surgery last week on my elbow, and I'm a running back and got a helmet to the elbow. Ouch. Ouch.
Yeah, that's
ouch.
That absolutely sucks. You're a running back. Does that mean you get to play with It's pretty no porn. Yeah. Let's keep it. We're gonna keep that rated PG-13 in the DT Jet house. No, for you.
Out for the year. You. Ouch.
Oh, you're out for the year. That blows.
Is it gonna recover fully though?
Yeah, you'll be back next year, right? Plus, you have plenty of opportunity to work on your legs, get your legs a little bit stronger. And not that they're weak, I'm sure, who knows. But there's some things in the game you can work on.
Gotta play it safe, though. Leg extensions, not squats, leg press.
Yeah.
Stay away from that elbow. Lunges. You can run, do a lot of running, get the cardio and endurance up. Yeah, I guess work out the opposite hand a little bit, but you don't want to get that thing where one arm's so much bigger than the others.
That lady in the water going?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Just curling 75-pound dumbbells with one arm. That would be awesome. Please send us a picture of your strong arm. Yeah, cool. You'll be back next year, back better than ever. Oh, so the camera angle that I'll show you guys this.
Here's the one to not use. Although
get a user pick with it, bro.
Not just a pick, a user pick. Now you're gonna be at home playing me with this crazy camera angle.
That's so.
You didn't even know where the ball was going.
them to right here. They understand.
Just hope a guy's there when
Just
it
hope
comes
a
down
guy's
because
there.
you can't see.
Yeah.
Take advantage of that.
Yeah, get there.
Haha, Clint Dix got 1 of 7 interceptions until he reaches level 20 and can equip his Buster Sword. Getting Gronky. 10 yards after catch.
Who needs that?
Rogers. Your tight end? Yeah.
Thanks for showing me the play art for me. It's a surprise. Oh, that's the
Dick, are you not calling the plays?
Yeah.
Ah.
Who'd you see?
The guy that it was talking about throwing the ball to, somewhat coincidentally, I guess. Now, he wasn't going to make 10 yards, but he was going to get like 8. He was just kind of standing there underneath with nothing to do.
I never really pay attention to those underneaths. Like,
That's kind of all I do, so I can. You go deep a lot on me. That was a weird throw, but it was incredibly accurate for him to be falling backwards while he threw it.
that's Aaron.
Ron.
That's how Aaron gets down.
What is it, Ron?
Rogers gonna take the snap from the shotgun. Lacey takes the hit and is brought down.
Calcium pills, bro. No doubt. Calcium is strong. So, are you big in the gym, Jet?
2nd and 4. Handoff made.
Hey, it's
Lacey's
fall
pretty
forward.
solid, yeah.
Is picked up. They're able to move the chains after that last run.
And get this guy some confidence. Where is he? I don't even see him.
I don't even
He's not even on
see
the
him.
field.
What are y'all talking about, yo? Nobody knows what you're talking about.
Adams has a real shot here at being open.
Calm
Yeah.
down. Don't do it.
It's cool seeing things that happened that didn't happen. You know, I'm sure we'll be sick of that in a few months, but when has the ball ever popped up 10 yards in the sky in the previous version?
Play there and another incomplete pass.
2nd down now.
We're gonna get some Packer digs going. Dig this.
Set at the line. Dime package. Rogers gonna take it from the gun.
Oh!
That
They
hurts.
tested me for the boneless.
Close game here. You gotta try to keep it that way. It's
And they said it's no longer a workout.
don't take a chance.
Nice. Okay, so bone density is strong and you actually work in a gym. Nice. Okay, so yeah, you'll be in there. Life will be good for you. You'll come back bigger, stronger, faster.
We can redo it.
Rogers will have it in the pistol.
Did you ever use any of the
Second quarter. Starks gonna take the handoff now.
any of the Connect audible things?
No.
Me neither. No, not once. This is why it's good to have Crosby, because he can make this kick no problem.
Puts it through the upright.
Especially when the wind is 8 miles per hour in his favor.
Phil, I know they were looking for a touchdown
All
on
right.
that drive, but they at least put up 3 midway through the second quarter.
Still haven't gotten the ball in the end zone.
3 points is going to be the difference in this game. That's how you have to look at it when you score. Don't always look at the negative. Sometimes look at the positive, and I think that 3 was very important.
Always look on the
Trying
bright.
to make up for that costly mistake.
What? What song was that?
It's from.
Nothing. I won't make a song up real quick.
No, it's
Okay,
it's
so
not.
this was my second favorite camera angle last year.
Let it go and go
Yeah.
out there, be aggressive, and see if you can score some points.
Matt Forte gets it here.
It's from one of those Monty Python deals.
Running backs in the NFL now, it's hard to break
Always look on the bright side of life.
breaking a tackle.
All right.
I can't recall
Go.
most of the words, but
Running it on first down. 2-minute warning.
All right. Love that company.
for I believe, did she deliver Coke to you?
Delivered a Coke.
All right, just making
I
sure.
am Jonathan, and you are Christopher. That's how the conversation about baby names came up. I was like, yeah, speaking of names, we picked a name out. That happened. BJ. Get in there, BJ. Get in there, BJ.
Second down and 5.
It reminds me of that mode that used to be on NCAA and stuff, where you played as that one position no matter what.
Yep. You can even do that on here. Have you ever like messed with locking onto a player?
What's that?
Locking onto a player. Have you ever done that?
No.
Yeah, so now I'm that player.
Cutler set in the pistol.
You know what I'm saying? I'm him now.
Oh, okay. Oh, what does that? Oh, okay. It's uncatchable.
He just broke his sternum. Clicking the left stick in.
Clicking the left stick in. Okay.
Detroit, you're pretty pissed. That's funny.
Detroit not a fan of Green Bay, which makes sense.
It does. I can't be a fan of Detroit anymore. I was kind of a fan of Detroit when my boy Sue was there.
I'm kind of a Jay Cutler supporter, so I sort of like the Bears.
The Bears snap it at the 31.
Man, Cutler is
Really? Cutler
putting it
with
on
the...
you.
What is he
Slide.
doing? Oh my God, what was Clay Matthews doing? All I can do is press right, man.
It's just kind of cool that the computer is doing somewhat reasonable things. Like, I'm forgetting that it's a computer somewhat.
Fair.
Yeah.
Fair.
Cutler is standing back in the shotgun, ready for the snap. It's Bennett.
Once RoboCop hits the
Bennett,
Patriot,
9-9 in it.
the patrol unit.
Who is RoboCop?
I think, what's is RoboCop a play on Megatron? Is that what? I don't know.
Yeah, okay, maybe Megatron's the dude, though.
Tired of the Packers losing to the Seahawks. Yeah. Well, it's hard
care
to.
less.
Nice.
Yeah, that had nothing to do with me, but Jay Cutler being on the ground had everything to do with it.
That'll do it.
He's hate his team.
Yeah, that's true. And if you went way back last year, if the Pack had won that game, it might have shook up the playoffs seeding a little bit.
Yeah, that's totally a good thing to be like Barry. Okay, so you're saying that the Detroit's running back is a lot like Barry, or?
As in Barry Sanders, I guess.
Yeah.
With, older running back. Which one? The rookie who's got kind of a somewhat unique name. I can't think of his name right now. Not Joik Bell, but the rookie. Who I just heard his name earlier today and can't remember it.
We hit him with a little verts.
What's the name of your rookie running back? A to the inside.
I think I should have pulled him more to the inside, huh?
Yeah, and maybe 1 or 2 seconds earlier. Maybe like 1 second earlier. Because the coverage, they couldn't have got inside, I don't think. Amir Abdullah, Bush replacement. Yeah, they're saying good things about that running back. Like
who can believe that? Yeah.
He's gonna be a sneaky.
I'm an Alabama fan. I don't believe that.
My only issue with it, the coverage played it better than I thought they would.
Hey, what that?
Yeah. It went off no problem, but I expected him to be all alone. The coverage played it well. I just don't know what Lacey's done to get the 96. No problem with him being the 96. I like the guy. I just don't know what he's done to have merit. Yeah, that's where I was going to go. If we look at New England's preseason last year, what was it like? I don't know. I just feel like I just trust Belichick. Because what else am I going to do?
What
You
else
going
are
to do the
gonna
thing with the thing? Coverage doesn't look good for doing the thing with the thing.
Doesn't like what he sees on the defensive side, so he is changing the play to the receivers by giving him hand signals.
I
Out
tried
of
to.
bounds. Nice. It was, nice job.
He threw the ball where I wanted it.
Yeah.
Why are they wanting me to go for that? Okay, they don't. That's just me being crazy. All right.
Who's got more offensive power than the Lions? Well, I guess if I said the Packers, you might be a little upset.
Right? But aren't the Packers a good call? They've got Jordan
Packers-
Nelson, who's I think a top 7 receiver at least. They've got either the number 1 or the number 2 quarterback in the league, depending on how you vote. And they've got one of the top 5 running backs in the league also, apparently.
Right.
Offensive weapons.
Continuing on the drive, here the pass is completed into coverage, and after the short pass, he'll score.
I don't know. I mean, I guess.
St. Louis? No,
Uh,
not really. No, because who's their running back now? And CJ really wasn't like that for them.
yeah, I will say they've added a couple formations this year from what I've seen, Ken. But so far, I think you and I both have been running a very similar defense to what we ran last year, and so far it seems
Seems to be operating in the same way.
in the same way. Although, I guess neither one of us have played man coverage enough to know if we still hate it.
Fair, yeah. So yeah, neither one of us played much man. We played a lot of zone last year, and we played a lot of zone. I've played a lot of zone today. You
I've played a lot of zone.
Yeah.
I've played some man today, but it's very few and far between.
Very few and far between, and a lot of that is just mixing it up on each other because we
Yeah.
both have gotten used to facing the zone. more
Right,
than
because if we
anything.
play cover 3 all day, then the same thing's always open.
Yeah, the holes are apparent. But like he's saying, we've been playing in pretty much the same way that we played last year's game. The difference being the receiving. Like, yeah, the only difference I can see in gameplay between this year's game and last year's game is the big glaring difference. When the ball's in the air, you have the option of X, Y, and A to catch the ball as a defender and as a receiver, as opposed to just Y from last year. And the game is running just a little bit slower. Just a little bit
But
slower.
in sort of a good way.
Yeah, in a more realistic way. Yeah, everything feels more realistic, and you're able to play more comfortably. So yeah, I feel like every time we say slower, that disclaimer is going to have to happen. It's slower, but in a good way.
Oh, how did I come up a yard short? What do we do? What do we do? Can we get a yard with Eddie Lacy against the Bears?
Bears D is the Bears D.
Bears D is not what the Bears D used to be. I think if you do it, you go dive instead of trap.
Someone
If I-
hit it against the Dodgers.
Yeah, no Revis, no Brandon Browner. That is so
Great for me. Great for me.
goodness, not even a struggle.
Yeah. Last year's game, if you'll notice, a lot of my work comes on the left side of the field in this game. And it's because I spent the better part of last year's game avoiding the right side of the field. He had the Patriots as the regular season team, so Revis was over there, and that side of the field was shut down. Revis Island that's weird. Revis Island is a large island. And then in our first fantasy draft league, he had Revis over there. So, yeah, I spent the better part of Madden 15 avoiding the right side of the field. So I'm kind of stoked to have the entire field opened up to me a little bit.
That was,
Interesting.
well, yeah, it could have gone a lot worse.
Could have gone worse.
And then then somehow we do the second fantasy draft league, which is you can click on our Madmen button below and go to YouTube and see a lot of it. Where this guy gets somehow through some shenanigans Sherman and Revis, so all of my work is in the middle of the field.
Does height matter this year? Absolutely, I think, because of the possession receiver thing that they have now. Possession, like aggressive catching receivers, are heavily emphasized in this game. It's something that they just go get the first down, bro.
You think I could have got it on the ground?
It's something that they advertised, and it's something that I've heard some friends mention, that those big receivers making spectacular catches is a big thing. I'm very lost with someone throw a no-hitter against Dodgers last night. Is that going over my head? What am I missing?
Well, the Dodgers are a pretty stout team. They should get a hit.
That's a question?
No, that's a statement, right?
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, so I think height definitely matters. Definitely matters because it matters in the real world. That's one thing that I do agree with Chip Kelly on. Height out there on the perimeter matters. All of our defensive backs this year our cornerbacks are 6'1" or better. And that's a big deal to me. He likes big receivers and he likes big corners and defensive backs. And I couldn't agree more. Base catching too this year? Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. It's the Bengals year? You swear it's the Bengals year? What are you looking for most from the Bengals?
Call it a fumble. If you're going to let him take 2 steps with it and drop.
All
right, Jet. We'll see you later.
All right, on. Yeah, take it easy, Jet. We appreciate you stopping by. Looking forward to chatting again soon. The thing about the Bengals is that randomly Bengals radio plays here in Alabama from time to time, so I get a little inside analysis from the locals there in Cincinnati, and I was semi-interested in the team just because of that, kind of that same thing as the Cubs playing all the time. So when you hear people talking about them and you hear these names all the time, you kind of, and whatever, you pay attention, your ears perk up when you hear those names on the real TV. So what do you like about the Bengals this year? Andy Dalton. So I'm saying, what's his name? The Red Ranger or the Red?
The Red Ranger.
What is his name? What's his nickname? Oh my God.
That was cool.
It's the Red Rocket.
I didn't know Andy Dalton had a nickname.
He totally has a nickname. It's the Red something.
The Red Rocket. Like some kind of superhero.
Like he's some kind of superhero. KC thinks he is. Alright, so it's Bengals year, second round. Do we think the Bengals are going to the second round this year? Is that what we're predicting? Yeah, he's
I deserve
nice.
that. No pressure whatsoever. Bringing a blitz and got nothing.
I think the jury is definitely still out on Andy Dalton. He's got the weapons around him. AJ is.
He's so inconsistent. Is his real thing.
Consistency is an admirable trait. Admirable trait. I've known quarterbacks to be considered the best ever just because of consistency. Wink.
Brady has his phases where he just feels like he's getting sacked every play and then he falls on the ground. He's always like fetal position Brady, and you get really mad at him and like, Brady, please just throw it away or something.
But
Stop
do you have any doubt
sacks.
that he's going to get it together?
No.
You never have any doubt that he's going to get it together and he's going to make the correct underneath throw. It's always underneath throws with him. Unless Randy Moss is out there.
Steelers going to win the division. That would be it would be hard to argue. And now the Ravens are kind of looking okay.
Yeah.
The Ravens are always the Ravens.
I think now that Ray Lewis is gone, I definitely prefer the Steelers to the Ravens. There was a time where there was a toss-up between those two teams for me. I liked both of them because I like defense. I'm an Alabama fan. I like defense. So I've got nothing but respect for both organizations. That was the right choice, just a poor pass.
Thank you, Cutler.
So I'm hoping for big things from the Steelers. And when the game turned on, the first thought that crossed my mind is what if Big Ben gets another ring this year? He's right back in that conversation.
3 rings.
Yeah, what if Eli gets another ring this year? He's right back in that conversation that like championships seem to propel players into.
Where are they gonna mark it? Kick the field goal. Do the right thing, computer.
Oh yeah, they're kicking, right?
Yeah.
Without a doubt. Fake. It's a fake.
All right. When you handed me the controller, you had a 2-point lead. I got to get it together.
That's all right. You'll get it together. People sleeping on them cards. Yeah.
Yeah. I'd like to see the Cards do well.
We both would. I'd like to see Larry Fitzgerald not suck on Madden. That would be a killer. Because Fitzgerald was a joke on this game last year.
He was not
Just
very
a
good.
Pointless joke. But all in all, I like the Cardinals' defense. I was kind of raised in Arizona before hitting my teenage years, so just weren't expecting the field to be that open, huh?
No.
So I always kind of pull for the Cards. I mentioned in a couple of streams that one of my favorite Super Bowl memories, and will be that way for a long time, is watching. Good Lord, what's the receiver I just said? Larry Fitzgerald running up the field, watching himself score the touchdown as he's running up the field. Yeah, Cardinals are going to be nasty. Or at least they're going to be interesting. The defense is stout. Oh, face mask.
Give me the face mask and not the hold. All right, we'll take it against dirty cheating computer.
Pernell McPhee.
Can't do that for Neil.
That's an interesting name, Pernell. Give it to him. Did you press X or did you just let him catch it?
I just let him catch it, which is probably a mistake.
Yeah, I feel bad for Cam also. Like I said, I'm an Alabama fan, but we're right here in Auburn country.
Yeah, gone for the year.
And yeah, I got more than a taste, of Cam treatment. You knocked my team out of contention for national championship and all of those things. But since hitting the league, I pull for him like I pull for all SEC players because I am that guy. I'm one of those chant SEC kind of guys. So I pull for Cam, and I feel bad for him as well. I think he's talent-wise one of the top 10 for sure quarterbacks in the league, and I would again argue that magic number of 7. He's one of the top 7 talents at quarterback in the league. And I'd like to see him in a system, in an organized system. I'd like to see him in an organized system because as we saw him in one in college, and he thrived. And I feel like, whatever, he was the number 1 pick, so he went to a bad team. That's just the way the NFL works. So
right.
I'm looking forward to seeing either that team develop or him take that next step in his career. I'm not sure how long these NFL contracts are, but if it doesn't pan out over the course of the contract he just signed, maybe he has to go somewhere else to an organization that has it more together. But I like Cam, and I feel bad for him for losing Benjamin, right?
Yeah, Kelvin Benjamin.
Yeah, for losing Benjamin this year, and for just being on a team or being with an organization that doesn't quite have it together. Wow!
Whoa.
Wow!
That big
Mel
guy.
Cody, roll tide, baby. This Alabama player is making plays all over the field today.
Wow, and he almost scooped it up. And RG3 is is not any. He's not good in my opinion. I don't know why he's still starting, but
he's talented, bro. Like he's been. I feel bad for RG3 also.
Ryan Leaf was talented. Let's see. What was the guy from LSU that was so talented?
Which one?
Fair enough. The quarterback.
No, he wasn't. He was garbage when he was with LSU also. His team was good.
Is that Jamarcus Russell?
Yeah, Jamarcus Russell. Yeah, like quarterbacks get way too much credit for their teams being good. They just get way too much credit for it. And
who's the Georgia quarter? Oh no!
Wow! Catch him! Catch him!
Who's one of the Georgia quarterbacks that was thought to be good, and then he goes to the NFL and he's not. I can't
what's his face for? Not Detroit. What's his face?
Not Stafford's okay.
Not Stafford. Okay. Aaron Murray.
The guy before Stafford, I guess. I don't know. The point is, there's a lot of guys that were good in college and didn't adapt well to the pro game.
Absolutely, you're absolutely right. I think RG3's game has the ability to be okay in the pro game. He would have been.
But wouldn't we know that by now? Don't you think?
Well, he was phenomenal his first year, right? And then, like, was it the first year or the second year where he gets hurt the last game of the year before the playoffs because his team was too cheap to fix their field? That was phenomenal for him. Like he gets this crazy injury because he's playing on basically in wet oatmeal and snaps his leg, right? That wasn't his fault, but he was kicking
the Shanahan system really, I don't know. I didn't like Mike Shanahan going into the whole situation with him coaching RG3, and then to see how he would just abuse his own players just to get a win or just to get a maybe win and that kind of thing, and he did not have. It did not serve RG3 well to go to that team. Who knows?
So they first of all they were bad enough to get the number 2 pick in the draft, or was he? He was the number 2 behind Andrew Luck.
Yeah.
Okay, so they were bad enough to get the number 2 pick in the draft, and then their team was just flukishly. The organization was bad afterwards. So it wasn't like, okay, we get this top 5 pick and then we get better. They got this top 5 pick and they started making still bottom 5 decisions, and he got just pooed on. Bradford, I'm an Eagles fan. I obviously want nothing. I'll give it to him. Wow. Bad lead on that, Aaron. I want nothing but good things to happen to Bradford and the Bradford family. We've talked about him earlier in the day. I've been a fan of his since the quarterback competition between him and Colt McCoy. I was Team Bradford. He's clearly talented. He just needs to get healthy, and I hope that happens this year. Chip seems confident that our easy money, right? Chip seems confident that our health department. What do they call those things? The staff that makes sure players don't get injured.
Oh, yeah.
What do they call? Oh, good Lord, what do they call that? Sleepy and tired, I guess. But Chip seems confident that
deserve a pick. There's no one. What was I going to do?
I wish there were more options in that situation because you can't run out of the pocket to throw it away. So what do you do?
He was the second read there.
He was.
I just pressed the button mostly out of panic.
I'm looking for big things from Bradford. Looking for really big things. It would have helped things out a lot. And we would have had the most weapons in the league had we managed to hold on to LaShawn McCoy and Jeremy Maclin and Deshaun Jackson and a couple of other names on the O-line and on the defense, man. But Chip Kelly is intent on making the team what he wants the team to be. And he wants athletes out there, so I'm okay with that. And athletes doesn't always mean he wants fast people, but he wants athletes out there, and I'm okay with it, so I'm just kind of sitting on my hands and keeping that whistle in my pocket. We'll see how it goes, though. We'll see how the Bradford experiment goes. Oh, get there. He didn't get it.
I don't think he got it.
He's averaging about 4 yards a carry. I thought it was a little too early.
Tried the trap. Oh, they were look at that play though.
I was gonna quarterback sneak it and accidentally press the A button and decided to just go with it.
In a fight today, the score's 17-12.
Haha.
At the 45. And it's Clay Matthews in on the play. They immediately
Rest in peace to the 49ers players just dropping and Harbaugh went to Michigan. Yeah. You remember a couple of years ago when this isn't an original thought by me. It's something that I heard recently, but it's dead on. 2 years ago, the 49ers were considered the young team, along with the Seahawks, that were going to be around for forever. Their core was young. Everything was running smoothly for them. They've got one of the two most exciting young players in the league. When the big argument, the Dan versus Dave conversation was Russell Wilson or what's his douche?
Colin Kaepernick.
Colin Kaepernick. Yeah, but Kaepernick is still clearly talented, but that team is just falling apart. You got young players retiring because they're scared of getting concussions. The coach gets run off because he's trying to discipline men like they're boys, and whatever, some vets on the team leave to go and have a high school or a college reunion in Indianapolis. Just bad times for the 49ers. And the sad part about it is that they're just talented enough, I think, this year, that they're not going to get one of those top 5 picks. And I don't believe in tanking for a draft pick. So
Right.
I hope we never see any team ever do that ever again. I say like there's any shot of that.
Yeah,
there's already teams planning on tanking.
Watching that year with the Colts and then I think the Titans and Bucks last year were both kind of.
That Colts thing was San Antonio style flukish, man.
Yeah.
Like, okay, your star goes down, and you become so bad that you get another transcendent player. Because remember, that's what happened with the San Antonio Spurs back in the day. David Robinson goes down for 1 year, and they draft Tim Duncan, and then the very next year they're right back at it again.
Right.
So you get Peyton to go down, and then you pick up Andrew Luck. How lucky can you be, right?
Right.
All right, so I want another shot at these Patriots.
Okay.
I want to smack these boys around a little bit.
Let's do it.
All right, so we played that Packers game, and the Packers are 0-1 because they're not the Eagles, and the Eagles are the best.
Well, I probably should let you finish it out. Seem to be in a good rhythm with them. I like this layout. How big is it?
Yeah, we talked about that while you were away. A lot more streamlined than before. Everything is.
I like the weird depth chart screen.
Yeah, everything has been done in the interest of simplicity, and that's always better. It makes everything better.
Oh, yeah, right trigger goes offense, defense.
Yeah. They learned that they're dealing with Madden men and not Madden boys. You know what I'm saying?
Madden men who don't want to wait all day for every screen to load.
Yeah,
too,
yeah.
So.
We don't need 500 action shots of. Oh, you want to see your depth chart? Spectacular catch image, not video image. But here's the thing: there's a lot of action going on those panels also.
Right.
The game is slick. Like they've got a nice little polish to this.
Yeah, it's got a lot of. I like that trot into the end zone. Field trainer. Okay. Did you win the first game?
No.
Oh no, I lost the Packers game.